This video was made possible by the Ohio EPA Surface Water Improvement Fund grant in coordination with the Clermont County Parks District and the Clermont County Soil and Water Conservation District. Today, many cities are facing severe water problems, such as flooding, droughts, and upstream conflicts. The intensity and speed of urbanization have led to the disappearance of any visible form of water infrastructure in most cities. Green stormwater management practices, such as bioswales, rain gardens, and other infiltration practices, manage issues on site and create a sustainable infrastructure. The Ohio EPA Surface Water Improvement Fund grant, awarded to Clermont County, provides the opportunity to combine the resources of the Park District and the Soil and Water Conservation District for the installation of a demonstration site for green management practices. The demonstration site is located at Shor Park on Tealtown Road in Union Township.
To have a clean watershed means you're going to have safe drinking water. For us, is to make sure that we have clean, safe drinking water here in the county. And so that's why it's so important, again, to look at how is our watershed? What can we do to ensure that we do have clean, safe drinking water? I mean, looking at, recreation too. With the recreation, it's very important that people go down to the beaches, either at East Fork, and they go fishing at Snow Lake, they go swimming in there. We want to make sure those waters too are safe and free of any of the bacteria.
A watershed is an area of land that drains to a certain stream or a certain point in the stream. Shore Park, for example, where we have put in our stormwater practices, any drop of rain that falls on Shore Park eventually makes its way to a stream called Avies Run. So Shore Park would be in the Avies Run watershed.
A watershed area also includes all the water located below the ground surface, known as aquifers or groundwater. Stormwater is produced when precipitation from rain or snowmelt flow over land or waterproof surfaces and does not seep into the ground. Stormwater that does not soak into the ground becomes surface runoff, which either flows directly into surface waterways or is channeled into storm sewers that eventually discharge into surface waters.
Stormwater, of course, when it hits the ground, travels over the ground and picks up all sorts of pollutants as it goes, and these eventually wash without any treatment into nearby streams. So without effective stormwater management, our streams become more polluted.
Stormwater issues can certainly include excessive water crossing our roads. This is particularly dangerous during winter months when this covering could cause ice to form. So our crews obviously are very concerned with that. Hydroplaning becomes an issue. We certainly don't want any accidents to occur.
If you look at sort of the evolution of stormwater management, you go back not too long ago and really we weren't doing any stormwater management. And as we added impervious surface and added the volume of runoff, we were just simply conveying that directly to local creeks and streams. And then as development progressed, we realized that we needed to address the potential for downstream flooding resulting from the increase in impervious area. And that led to really the development of detention basins. And so at that point, we were really managing peak flow of stormwater runoff. And what we're seeing now with really the evolution of the Clean Water Act and a focus on water quality, we're now seeing stormwater management focused on not just the quantity but also the quality.
In 2003, EPA mandated that in communities would have stormwater regulations. And so what we're doing now is we're trying to do the early stages of any kind of development. And we have regulations with our building department too. The things that you have to do is for stormwater.
In Batavia Township, we have adopted some new management strategies that we believe will mitigate some of the problems associated with stormwater runoff. And in particular in our commercial districts, for instance, which many times have an awful lot of pavement and impervious surface, the parking lot regulations have been altered to require that a certain percentage of open space landscape area be included in those lots. This will certainly help with the ability of the water to infiltrate these areas rather than proceeding on to the storm sewers.
If you look to EPA's definition of green infrastructure, it really is focused on techniques or practices that are intended to manage stormwater runoff in a way that mimics natural stormwater management. So practices that promote infiltration or evapotranspiration or minimize the amount of runoff that leaves a site.
One component of the stormwater regulations that the county faces is the idea of post-construction stormwater management, and that is managing stormwater after a development has been completed to minimize the amount of pollution in that runoff. And using Shor Park as an example, we're working to demonstrate ways that this can be done in an effective manner through the idea of bioswales and rain gardens and any practices that help collect the water and soak it into the ground.
If you think of rainwater harvesting, for example, using cisterns to catch runoff from roofs to reuse that water. When we talk about biofiltration systems, all a biofiltration system is an engineered system that mimics nature. We have soils and plants that we direct runoff to minimize the water quality impacts and the water quantity impacts associated with the runoff. In reality, it is, in many instances, just a functional landscape. We all have landscaping on our properties, and now we want that landscaping to drain stormwater runoff. If we don't manage the stormwater runoff properly, there's going to be an impact, and it'll be a negative impact in a variety of ways, whether it's downstream, whether it's near field to the site that was developed. A lot of green infrastructure can in fact be a community amenity. If you can invest public money to achieve multiple objectives, proper stormwater management, improved water quality, better habitat, improved aesthetic, it can oftentimes serve as an opportunity for community revitalization, functional streetscapes. It's all stuff that we want to do, and quite frankly the green allows it to all be kind of wrapped up in a single package.
Clermont County invites the development community, local leaders, and all citizens to tour the Shor Park demonstration site and learn how these practices could benefit your area.